niggas that's gangster.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Don't let that fool you. Look, if some of them gangsters go out and kill 10 people and come back and bend over and want you to put something in them. Don't you believe for a minute because they gangster, they don't mess around. Right. That's why niggas get raped in penitentiary, because you got fags in the penitentiary raping niggas. And they normally pick on the weak. Then you find people like me, you find all these little characters running up to you that you don't know from Iraq and Iraq seeking help to protect them from some predatory, twisted-minded individual gangster.
Right.
Called himself a gangster. He hardcore. He was getting them in the streets. He was flipping 3 birds a week in here chasing boy booty.
In the jail. He's a booty chase. And then look, that's what I think, man. Based on my analogies, like I said, Diddy, like he come from that type of background where he can extort the extortion, that extortion, that type of energy. So
look, the Diddy situation is bigger than what y'all think.
Go ahead.
Everybody just looking at his depraved events and all that. So far, they haven't really mentioned no real criminal activity with evidence. Listen what I'm saying. They've introduced allegations.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen any evidence to support the allegations. They say they got it on tape. We ain't seen no leaked footage.
Right.
Right. We seen leaked footage of the snowman raping that little girl on Lolita Express and the other one on the beach.
Yeah.
On the island. Those leaked back in the day.
Yeah.
Right. Long before we even heard of Epstein, those leaked.
Right. Right.
So it ain't no secret about what Bill Clinton was doing. He on video.
Right.
Right. And everybody that was doing the dirt is on video, and everybody that wasn't involved in no dirt, they could be on camera, but they ain't on camera doing no dirt. Somebody had to lay eyes on that bullshit.
Right. So what you said is when they got Diddy's cameras, it's more than Diddy. So like if it could be governors, this whole card deck could fall with this what Diddy had. Diddy just had no regular cats coming to this party. He had Shaq and his whole family.
He had the Reverend there. What the hell?
Yeah.
More than one Reverend, y'all. Everybody stuck on TD Jakes. It was more than one of the. You might see Kirk Franklin in one of them freaky ass videos.
For sure. Him and Plies. They say Kirk Franklin looked like Plies. That's funny. Yeah, but
I heard they related. I don't know if it's true.
Yeah, they could be true. They look alike. I know he'll prize in Washington. But this is my next question I got for you.
Look, Jamie Foxx had his whole ass out.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx.
Liar. Yeah. You know, talked all that gangster shit and then want to do some turncoat ass snitch shit.
Yeah, he's scared. Jamie Foxx said he was scared. Yeah. Yeah, Jamie stay in Terrell, Texas out there. Yeah, so this is what I was gonna ask you next. Well, he probably stay in LA now, but I know he got a house in Terrell. Now, do you think that when Diddy went to that hospital, said that he had like a little episode, and then all of a sudden he come back, it don't really look like the same dude? You think they could have possibly switched him out with a lookalike? Diddy got lookalikes or clones?
There's at least 3 Diddies I didn't see.
Man, I know it's at least 3.
One of them looked like somebody air inflated his face.
Yep. That's the one I'm talking about. The one that came back out to the hospital. That's the one they brought back in there.
Yeah, you got a couple of them. Like somebody lumped his ass up. I call him Fat Daddy.
That dude. And then I saw Diddy's son. Like somebody said, man, how you feel about your dad in jail? And then they could show like a $500,000 watch, and he was like, man, it's like the look on his face, like, nigga, my dad ain't in jail. If y'all only knew, like, I just get left with my dad just a minute ago. Like, this nigga showing a $500,000 Richard Mille. You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't like we still got it. Like, so I'm thinking this is all just a hype. The elites don't let the other elites go down unless, why would they let Diddy burn? Besides, he got pissed off about
you will become expendable. See, Diddy was doing some things that benefited his people. And this is what made him so this nigga going too far. He got too big for his britches now.
Yeah. He did talk political, started talking political, started going, talking about your own political party. He was going to, then being the connection with the black traditional culture that he got was connected with Bumpy. That's a bad look. He been watched. But like, let me ask you this though: who you think? Because we're talking about secret societies, and let's go back to Clyde Davis and the guys that started Diddy, and L.A. Reid and these guys. So what you think happened to Diddy? Did these guys introduce Diddy to the secret societies?
You just named the club of booty bandits.
Right, L.A. Reid, Clyde Davis, who else?
All of them, Larry Cohen, Jimmy Iovine.
They all run together.
All of them. The only one of them that look like they on the up and up so far from what I've seen been Rick Rubin. The rest of them is a piece of shit.
Yeah. Rick Rubin is the one they labeled as crazy. He a crazy white boy. He be having
Yeah, but he didn't put his money where his mouth at, so I can't say nothing about him till I catch him wrong. Then I can dig into his cheeks. I can't dig into him right now because he got too many receipts where he did stuff to help us. In that industry.
He one of them ones though. Rick Rubin one of them ones. He one of them like them peacetime white boys, like from way remember when they had that 70s movement, the hippie movement, where it was like all love, man, it's peace, man. Why you tripping, man? He like one of those type of guys. That's how
stoners. They call them stoners.
Yeah, hit this bong, man, and be cool, man. You gotta chill, man. Embrace the universal love and everything, man. He one of those type of guys. That's how Rubin is. And then he's a producer, man. I used to study. I'm a producer, so I used to study Rick Rubin and his how he produced for LL Cool J, Jay-Z, pretty much the whole
Run DMC.
Yeah, Run DMC back then.
He did some of his best work with Run DMC. Right. He was a youngster then.
Yeah. I think he produced that woke up that woke up quick just about noon. Just thought I just had to be in Compton soon. I think
I don't know. I never heard that before.
The cruising down the street.
Cruising down the street, my six fuck. They could have borrowed it from him. For as far as I know, that's a Dr. Dre.
That's his style. That's he on that. He the one that made that transition, like that helped DMC cross over to the rock and roll transition with the hip hop mix. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that walked his way with Aerosmith, put them over the top with the rock audience.
I'm telling you, man, made them boys trillionaires when he made them put that when they pushed it, when they got with Kid Rock and all that. Oh yeah, them boy went to a whole other time zone when they talk about getting money.
Sometimes Kid Rock be doing some stuff that looks so racist. But I seen Kid Rock when he was a teenager.
Right.
And he used to have niggas with him.
Yep.
And he used to have niggas bullying him too. That's what made him start hanging with brothers. Yep. That's how he got in the rap scene.
Wow.
He was a DJ. He started off as a DJ.
Huh.
He let people bleed that racist shit, but he ain't really with that shit.
Somebody said, what did Queen Latifah go to be, because we know her as this African centristic sister, Black Power type sister, and then she go on the Rainbow Project type thing because they did the In Living Color.
If you didn't know she liked women when she first came out, then you behind the curve.
Right. I mean, yeah, you can say that. Go ahead and say it then, bro. Go ahead.
Look, we not mad about people's preference. We mad about people pushing preferences on children.
That's right, bro. Speak on it.
I don't care what you do in your bedroom.
Go ahead.
But you just don't be taking toddlers in there with you while you doing it.
That's right. Talk to them, bro.
Right? We don't care about what grown folks do between themselves. And then now they got the audacity that if somebody grown, they still calling people pedophiles now. if it's an age gap. That's wrong.
Right.
They either old enough to fuck or they ain't.
Right.
If they old enough to give it up according to the legal standard that we got across the land, then this is just their choice at that point.
Right.
Stay out of other folks' business.
Right. Mind your own damn business. That part. Yeah, I'm with that too, y'all. You know what I'm saying? If you grown, that's your business. That's your business. Just don't be messing with the kids.
5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old is not mentally competent enough to tell you they're the other gender.
Yeah, right.
At that age, the only reason why they even having a gender conversation is because some twisted-minded adult start telling them about gender and sex. Kids are not interested in adult energy things unless an adult presented to them.
Right.
People need to be offended when somebody else tell your child some freaky shit like it's normal. You ain't even supposed to tell babies 5, 6, 7 years old about regular sex, let alone some, oh, you look like you wanted to be a girl in your past life. Let me dress you up and put this dress on you. No.
Yeah.
No, don't ruin that baby.
I noticed that's another thing about secret societies. That gives me another question, Rod. It seemed like to me when I study the scriptures and everywhere where it says this is the abomination. They say, like in Deuteronomy, it says this is the abomination for a man to put on a woman's clothes, like for a man to put on a dress and high heels, right? It seemed like to me in like the Baphomet and a few other secret societies, you gotta perform those rituals just to be a part of it. You gotta put on a dress. It's like Will Smith, all of them, Martin Lawrence, they all had to put on. That's abomination. They had to do an abomination. Speaking of abomination, right? Obama
it's a humiliation. It's a humiliation ritual. It's the passport at $100 million or $40 million, whatever the passport is.
Right.
You either put this dress on, get fucked in the ass, or get shot in the ass. It's your choice.
Yeah. I guess that one with the bullet in the butt. Denzel with the bullet. Hey, I might have took the bullet too, though, Denzel. I don't think you touch it. Hey, man, you can shoot me. Hey, man, for real. In training day, they shot him for real in his ass. Everybody don't know.
What's the purpose of a humiliation ritual?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Break that down.
The humiliation ritual is to take a part of a person from them,
right,
in exchange for a benefit. You take a piece of innocence from a person, and that piece of innocence you took from them is going to pay off for you, and then you got to pay them. That's what they call selling your soul, being humiliated. And some people in good kind, like for instance, Flip Wilson dressed up like Geraldine for years, right? And it wouldn't have been a humiliation ritual to make him put on the dress in the movie because he's not perceived as being above reproach in regards to confusing the genders.
Right.
But somebody like Red Fox, they put him in one.
Yeah.
Right. That's humiliating to him.
It is.
He's a man's man. He don't want to be looked at no kind of ways feminine, but we gonna make him wear a dress in the name of comedy.
Right.
You thinking that they laughing with you and they laughing at you. He know what's going on. That's why he ain't want to do it. It's the same with all the other ones that protested, like Cat Williams. He don't want to do it.
Right.
He's not finna let them humiliate him, and that shows you the level of regard that he hold himself.
Right.
A lot of people don't hold themselves in high enough regard to know that it's certain things that you can't put a price on. If everything you have has a price, you have very little value as a person.
Right. They want you to perform these rituals. And then once you get to a certain point, he wants you to give up some blood, sacrifice somebody.
Blood sacrifice is a whole different thing.
Okay.
When they start taking blood sacrifices for people, that means that they already got that person. Now we got what we want from you. You got to give us something else. Right. But most of the sacrifices that we be thinking, these people, oh, Kanye sacrificed his mama. Sometimes they just take them. They'll just take them. They take who they want. Because they already got your ass. Now they trying to take what you love the most from you. That's why they shot Ennis Cosby. They want to take what you love, the people you love, out of your life in order to make you miserable as possible. Everybody that they're accusing of sacrificing somebody, they probably didn't necessarily sacrifice, but somebody probably sacrificed them on their behalf. It's like when you and your homeboy go sign a record deal, they really want you, right? But in order to put your homeboy on, you saying y'all together. But your homeboy, he want to be the artist, the solo artist, and he want to break free and go solo, right? He can let you get took out the box. And guess who still got the contract?
He do. Same thing that happened to Takeoff, like somebody said in the comments with the Migos.
Yeah.
Quavo goes solo, Offset goes solo. To me, Takeoff was really one of the best rappers out of the group. You know. But that's another thing, because we're still talking about secret societies, sacrificing, because they've been doing all of this stuff for a long time. It seemed like,
but a lot of it don't happen like people think it happens.
Go ahead.
When you can control energy, you don't have to always do the sacrifice the way people think. Right? They do more stuff in those lodges than they actually do to people. But the work that they do in the lodge, it creates an energy that causes a problem for some people.
Right.
And in the midst of that problem, you might not survive it.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. So a lot of things that's going on right now, like being what they showed us in the what they showed us into the Super Bowl rituals, and with how they said that pretty much what they decoding is saying that it's about to be hard times in America, and that
there's already hard times in this fuck about to be. Look, we the only people in the world, the ones over here on this line, I don't care what your skin color is, think that we got it so good and it's so much better in so many other places around the world because of less government involvement in people's day-to-day lives. Over here, they one step from micromanaging our ass, telling us when to wake up and when to go to sleep. Right? It can't get no more messed up than it is.
Damn.
You got people fighting each other because they lighter or darker than each other.
Damn.
You don't know who in your ancestral line. It's too much creeping go on in the human family. Motherfuckers slide out with the neighbor, the lady in the penthouse, whatever the case may be. It's a whole lot of creeping going on. You can't be sure if you've been in America over 100 years in your bloodline. You can't be sure that you ain't got some cut on you somewhere.
Hey, somebody asked, it says, do you have to do opposite magic to combat their rituals?
Sometimes you can't do nothing to combat them because of the amount of power that they're using. You can only offset it by trying to walk a righteous path. And you still gonna have energy upset because of their work. But a lot of times we have what's called defensive magic. Defensive magic is used, and then you got protection magic. So defensive magic is fighting fire with fire. Protection magic is putting up a force field to block their attacks so you don't have to fight them. And that's the difference in the two.
Hey, somebody said, how do the more Zionist Jews or the Black Hand keep the pale face in check after all these years due to that dirty work, doing their dirty work?
Because they know who's in charge and they know where they at, and they go have meetings with them, and they threaten. They use threats of violence on your whole fucking. They'll erase your bloodline. Yeah, erase your whole bloodline. They'll blow a city up just to get rid of one family. They don't. They know who they're dealing with. They have no conscience. They have no, especially when it comes to warfare. That's why the Roman maxim, all is fair, love, and war. No matter if you fall in love with your best friend's wife, you better holler at her. That's fair because you fell in love. Nigga, you better get her ass in there and sit down somewhere and get out of my motherfucking face. I don't want his woman, I want mine. But you got them, they don't care. It's all fair. All that shit fair. Killing babies, raping babies, it's all fair to them. It's not fair to us.
Damn.
This is you don't understand the wickedness of your enemy. That's why you won't never mount up an accurate defense against his wickedry. Because what he's willing to do, you're not willing to do. And he'd just be willing to do it just for fun, where you wouldn't be willing to do it sometimes to save another person's life. Because it's too repugnant to who you are. This is how we know us from them. We do a whole lot of dirt, we start having nightmares. They do a whole lot of dirt, they sleep better.
Somebody asked, they said Larry Who was out of jail. You heard anything about that,
Rod? I listened to a guy who writes what's called paradoxical literature, and he did a paradoxical release based on Kanye West, but I have